Okay. I'm here. Hi everyone. I'll just wait for a few people till I see if anyone's watching. I'm a little bit late. I've had technical difficulties, which I'm still having, but... Oh, hi Sue. Can you hear me, Sue? Leonie, hi Leonie. So you both can hear me. And Linda's there. Hi Linda. Good, you can hear me. Now, while we wait for a few more people to appear, Leonie, do I do the flip thing? I was talking to a couple of the girls from the DT before. We were trying out that new Facebook groups thing, and they sort of said when I did my last lives, it was the full screen. So I'm just hoping that it's still the full screen. Oh, hi Naomi. Hi Karen. So, okay. All right. So hopefully it's the full screen that you can see. I'm not sure when I put you up, but I'll do that in a minute. So it's absolutely freezing here today in Clare. Sun is shining, but it is so cold. I went and played basketball with the teenage boys to warm up, and I've got 3 pairs of socks on. I've got one pair of socks, some slipper socks, and then some Ugg boots. I've got my scarf, so I'm really cold, but I'm here. It is the full screen. Okay, so thanks Naomi. It's one of those wrap scarves, you know, that's just a big loop. So I've got lots of scarves. I'm just raving on. So I did have some technical difficulty, and it was mainly, I must remember to not do lives at 3 o'clock. So I need to do them, I think, around 10 or 11, because I have I'll turn you around so you can see out my window. So this is my scrap. It's my cat, always on the windowsill. So that's what I can see out of my window. Beautiful gum trees, but the sun comes down, and you get this really dappled light, which is not great. Oh, hi Lynn. Jen's there with the cat. Yeah, so this awful light comes through, lots of shadows, and so I was trying to have a play around moving lights and changing things, but it was just making it worse. So if it's not real clear when I go to do the flip, I'm sorry. And I'll try and remember lives must be in the morning for me, just because of the part of my room. So I think there's a few around. So I know people can watch this again later if they can't get here now. So I'll get you started in a minute. But how good is all the interaction in our group? We're just loving it. And I love that you're all creating, and I love that we're all sharing and encouraging each other. And oh, Helen's just popped in. Tanya's there. Hi. Yeah, so I'm loving that we're all connecting again, and that you're all creating, that you know there's all this stuff happening. So we thought we'd keep it going, and yes, I had a bit of an exciting moment the other day, actually just yesterday, because I finished a large Dylusions album. So this is it here. So I'll flip you through it today, but I have always been really intimidated. Like, I haven't been art journaling for very long. I've always been a scrapbooker, project lifer, and came to the dark side, but took me a little while to get there. So love it now, absolutely love it, and it's nearly all I do now. But it was very intimidating to start with, and particularly the large Dylusions journal, because I just found, what do you do in all that space? So a few of you have probably seen a flip through I did of a smaller 6x6, so that's probably, you know, a really good size for me. because it's just quick and I can very quickly get a page done after work or just have a bit of a play. So I tended to save my larger journals for when I went to a class or when I perhaps had tried an experiment, tried a page 2 or 3 times and felt more confident. So that's probably how it started, and in the last probably 2 months I've kind of got over my fear a little bit. It's taken a bit, but I now reach for my large journal rather than being scared of it. So I will flip you through it today, and you can look at all the beautiful colour. It's going to be full of colour. But yes, I was pretty excited to say that I finished one, so I quickly ordered another one, which arrived on Friday, so yesterday, so that's awesome. So I'm back to front. I have no idea how to fix that. I don't know. I'm sorry. Anyway, I'm not sure. I'm just going to pop you up. We've got a few on, and I have to unhook and then hook you back in. Sorry if that's making you all feel ill. Okay, I think that's pretty good. So you can see all this shadow that's happening here, and so it's not going to be awesome. Let me just try putting something. Alright, I'm just gonna, what about if I do that? No. Alright, this is as good as I can get it, and I'll just have to remember for next time. So let's have a look at this big, God, it's fat. And this one, my elastic, or the band, has actually stayed. I've had small ones and they've just popped straight off. I'm pretty rough, but yeah. Okay, so let's get started. So this is, see that shadow? It's really going to bother me. This is the cover, and as you know, this is all yellow and manila and all that in here. And I'd finished, and I just couldn't cope with all the, the sort of that browny yellow colour. Plus, I had lots of paint on there left over from bits, that I didn't put a cloth underneath, and it ended up a mess, and so I just couldn't deal with it. So I've just gessoed all of it. I painted my red spine with black gesso, and then I just did something really quick here that says art's not a hobby, it's how you live. So yeah, just really, really fast, but just got rid of all that daggy stuff. So I'm happy with that. Oh, Helen's popped in, Jackie's popped in. I feel like that's a real, I just want to fix it, but I don't think I can. Is that any better? Can someone let me know if that's any better? Maybe worse. I'm sorry. So this is what I was doing off camera. Trying to fluff around and sort it out. Okay, so I'm just going to go. So this is a page I did the other day. So this is the first page. This is the cardboard. So I just quickly put some gesso on it and continued the page through. So the cardboard doesn't really like all your stenciling and stuff. So you've just got to not put a lot there and just work quite quickly. But yeah, I like that it's, there's not cardboard, and it sort of all fits together. So this one I think was inspired by Lynn, our Lynn in the DT group. So using some of the Dina Waitley tissue paper, so her faces and some of her quotes. And then I think these are my favourite colours together. Okay, this one here, this is using the Jane Davenport stencils, and this is a sample of the class that I was going to teach, and will still come to Vicky's shop and teach. So this was the full faces. So there's 3 or 4 different samples of it in here. So this is one of them. Okay, this one's a Tracy Scott class that we did at her second time she came out, so the last time she was here. So I'm sure some of you have a very similar page. I loved all the stripes and seeing all the different colours. This is one I did, I think it was Powerful Blooms might have been the challenge. So it was not long after going to the Tracy event. So as you can see, all her flowers in there. So I kind of went with my rainbow look that I like. Especially drippy look. This one is just a cover up. There was something under there that I didn't like, so I got out black gesso and then I just played with these. Looks like a Tracy stencil here. This is my favourite leaf stencil from the Crafters Workshop, and then just lots of mark making. This is one of the first pages I ever did. I did it ages ago. Her face was awful, and I've kind of done a patch up of that. Yeah, so this one's a bit personal, some personal journaling on there, but yeah, it was one of the very first ones I ever did. This is another Tracy page, so this is from the first time she came here. A really fun class, I liked this one. Now this one is a recent, which challenge would this have been? I reckon it was the summer. So Colours of Summer was the challenge, and I was thinking about Ken Doan. I love Ken Doan art, the colours he uses, especially when I was, 16, 17. So I kind of went back to using those colours, and I did lots of things like turned little leaves into sailing boats, and the opera house is made out of leaves. That's from the Marlene die cuts. The sun's from Marlene die cuts. This is a stencil. Yeah, so lots of fun on that one. I love looking at stamps and die cuts and stencils and thinking what else could it be. So okay, this was a recent paper artsy challenge, I reckon. So this one I haven't stuck them all down properly, like I've just stuck bits because I wanted them to sit up a bit. I didn't gel medium all of them flat. Okay, this is 2 separate pages. This was just a play around of me with some paint. There's a person I follow, I can't remember her name, and she does lots of animals and flowers and stuff. And I thought I'd have a go. We'd not long got back from Phuket, and we'd ridden an elephant, and so I thought I'd paint one. So that's what that one is. This one is very recent. This one is for the current citrus challenge. So I actually don't like this page. Yeah, I tried to just layer and then doodle, and it's not my favourite, but that's okay. I can't love everything. Oh, this is one of my favourites. I think this is because, so this is a Tracy Scott. When she was here, I was lucky enough to stay at Vicky's with her, and we had a little private class. and this is what we did, and it was so fun. We were a bit naughty and weren't very good students. Sorry, Tracy, but it was just, I think I love the colour, I love the boldness, but I love the memories attached to this one as well. Now this one is actually another very, very similar to the live I did. But this time I coloured in my stamps. So I stamped them, cut them out, and then coloured them in. So very similar to the first live that I did. This one was a mark making and gel printing. So I gel printed on some papers and then cut them all out into leaves and then doodled the tree. And I don't know if you can read, it says, can you paint with all the colours of the wind in the trunk? And because I like using all of the colours. So, see, sorry about this shadow, but anyway, we'll just keep going. This one here is a willowing. So she's amazing. I love her whimsical sort of art, her faces. I've never been great at doing faces, and I've been trying to do more and more in the last couple of months, and it is amazing. The more you practice, the better you do get. So I know Tanya's doing the 100-day challenge and she's doing faces, and yeah, just so you can see that growth that even just in a couple of weeks that you have. If you just do something, the more and more we do it, the more we practice, the better we get. So this one is a Tinkerbell inspired one. My daughter's Disney mad, and Tinkerbell has a special meaning for me just because of one of the quotes that's in it, and my mum, and yeah, so that's what that page is to me. This one was a Tracy page, I reckon from the first year that she came. Rosemary's just joining us. Hi Rosemary. Yeah, so from the first year that she came. This was a very recent challenge. That might have actually been the Me challenge when we were inspired by Tam, I reckon. But this would definitely, for me, be inspired by Lisa Oxley. Okay, this is one of the very first things I did too, and I used a spatula just to swipe paint, and then I tried to turn them into flowers. So something fun, something different. This is the page I did when I got my neon paints, the fluoro paints, and I wanted to try them out. So yeah, they're quite translucent, the neon fluoro paints. And I actually just got in some of the new Dylusions ones, and they are also quite bright. Some of them are beautiful, really bright. So if you missed out on some of these, if you get some of the Dylusions, they are quite similar. Oh, Tracy's there. Hi, Trace. What's the time there? I wonder. Anyway, thanks for joining, Tracy. Okay, next page. So this is one I did for the Art Foamies, when we had an Art Foamies month challenge. So made lots of little houses, and circles became clouds, and sunrises and all that. So yeah, I love doing the collage pages. They do take a while though. I have to kind of be in the mood, because they are when I'm not wanting to be quick. Oh, 6:45 a.m. Trace, you're just waking up. You need a coffee. Okay, next page. So this is one of the awesome magazine image transfers that Tanya did oh, can you see that shadow? That's my cat. My cat is stretching. Oh, let me just try and fix this. No. nah, I can't get rid of that shadow. I'll see if I can move the cat. Okay, maybe that's got rid of some of it. Okay, so, oh, cup of tea. Yep, Tracy's got a cup of tea. I'm going to have a wine soon, Trace. So, yeah, this is the image transfers. So this is a double page I did. I absolutely love this. And I was just saying I would probably never have given that a go on my own. So grateful that Tanya did a live for that one. This one is, these are both also her image transfers. This was my big stuff up, but I was just impatient, didn't wait for it to dry. Pulled it off, it didn't work, and then I had to use like a die cut to stick on there to cover it up. So this was the first one I did, and I just love the bright colours with the grunge. It's just awesome. Okay, this is one I just did this week. So I used from Dina Wakely's Collage Collective. I used a face in there, and then, yeah, just lots of layers with stenciling. And Tanya's saying, why not have a wine now? I know, I should. If I had servants, they would bring me a wine. But unfortunately, I don't. I have teenage children. Not as good as yours, Tanya. So yeah, so this is just one of those quick, had a difficult day at work, needed to come home and just play. So that's what that one is. Probably a bit of darkness in there because I was in a bad mood. This one is a patch up job. So this one is when I'm still learning to do my faces. But I did this page, and a face that I really didn't like, but I loved the background. I was really happy with the colour in the background. So I went back probably 6 months later and fixed the face, and now I'm happy. So yeah. And this is one of my very first pages in my album. So this is finger painting some roses. So just lots of swirls and lots of fun. So it's kind of how I started my adventure with paint, was just to do some finger painting of flowers. Okay, next page. This was just a bit of a play. This is a die cut, like a large cutout. Just created the background first and then popped that on them. Love those colours. Love, love, love. This is purple. Some of you know that I had a real aversion to purple. I'm not sure what that was about. But I have learnt to embrace it, and I now love it. Another flower play. Again, love those colours. More of those colours. So this one was just a lot of, it was a half finished. I'd done some painting and started with some leaves and just wanted to paint lots of leaves, and I just got bored and I stopped, and it was half finished. And the other night I just got out some of the tissue paper that Vicky's got and just stuck it on and then did a few flicks, and I thought, you know what, I'm happy. I'll leave it at that. So yeah, but I just wanted to go back. Oh, a few of you are saying you need a lesson on the roses. Oh, I don't know if I can teach that. I could have a go, but it's really just swirling. Yeah, maybe one day I'll do that as a lesson. Okay, next page. This one I really like. This was another image transfer inspired by Tanya, and I had bought ages ago. I had bought the Dylusions Rose Quartz, and I'd never opened it. And I'm thinking it's because it was pale, because Tam just goes for bright colours. And I thought, right, push yourself, try it out. So yeah, this was just a bit of a play with that. So I put it with a bit of gold, and I had to add in this gorgeous, this is a paper artsy, I think it might be pea coat or something like that. And it's beautiful, navy and deep, but I liked the two, the soft and the bolder together. Okay, next page. This is another flower one. So this one, oh, we could do this one. This one is really, really easy. So this was probably the first or second page I did in here, and I had just done some watercolour roses and then some quick marks, and had left it at that, and it bothered me because I needed some depth, so I went in only the other night and filled all this in with some paint, and I thought I might end up gessoing the whole lot and going over it, but I kind of liked it, so yeah, so let's keep it. This one, oh, I love these colours too. I did this one not that long ago. These are from a colouring in book, so if I've got a few of those adult colouring in books, and they're awesome just to cut out and stick with your media, you know, your gel medium into your books. Oh, this one I really like too. This one is lots of Marlene collage papers that I cut out. I think I started this one for the Paper Artsy challenge, and I was using like some Tracy stencils, and it was all this. So what you can see in her hair was all over, and it just didn't work. There's something about it I didn't like. So I came back later, went on and made something new, but I came back later and stuck this face on, the flowers, and then simply covered that up with that beautiful pea coat, I think it's called, and it just came together. So even if you have a stuff up or you're not liking it, it's okay to leave it and come back, because another day it will just work, and if not, there's gesso. This one is another sample of the face. So this is using the Jane Davenport stencils. So this was one of the classes that I was going to do. So this is just in another colouring. So there's the purpley blues, and I thought I'll do some pinks and yellows and greens, and it was just to give you some different ideas. So lots of drippiness under there, and then just, yeah, went through a bit of a phase with this. This is another lots of layering. This one, it's funny. I did this the week my girl moved to Adelaide, and it's when I looked at it later, she had a red jumpsuit just like this, and I thought, oh, isn't that funny? That looks just like my girl. So, yep, art is therapy. Oh, this one. This is probably one of the only ones that I don't really like. It was just a bit of a jumble-mumble play, and bits of collage, bits of napkins in here. I mean, I wish you could feel it, because it feels cool, but it's just not one of my favourites. Oh, I love this style. So this is just lots and lots of layers, getting paint down. Probably inspired by you, Tracy, I'm thinking. But yeah, I really like this look of lots of stencils and dots and, yeah, colour. And you know what? When you do these ones, it goes through that. These are kind of those pages that go through that ugliness that you think, oh my God, what is happening? And then if you just keep pushing, the magic's around the corner and it comes together. Tracy, are you still there? This one, I think, Tracy, when you say you love that one, you might be talking about that one. But this one, the first time Tracy came, we spent the Friday night doing some crafting, and I was looking through her art journals, and she was doing this awesome, hers are amazing, this awesome sort of, I don't know what you call it, Trace, but you'll have to show us one of yours, but just sort of that fluidness of it, I would like to come back and do some more doodling on this one. Tracy, yep, so I think that means you might put up a page, but yeah, just, it's cool. It's just that movement. I would love it to be all over, but I did a half page and another half page, so I might come back and explore this a bit more at some point. But yeah, lots of fun, that one. This one is just some, I think this was a cover up and I didn't know what to do, so when in doubt, finger paint some roses. So yeah, now this is another face version. So I thought for pastels, so we've got the brights, purples and greens, and we had the pinks and yellows. Now this one is in your pastels. Oh, here's another one of these. I really like these. I'm going to have to do some more of these. So this one was for mark making. We had a challenge that was the mark making. Yeah, so much fun. Lots of paint, lots of layering. Hence, make your mark. Okay. Oh, this is a face that kind of didn't work. So, oh, Tracy, all that love. Is that for this one? Yeah, so this one, not one of my faves. That's okay. I actually was wanting to practice hair, and I think I kind of got the hair okay. So, you know, it's all about trying things out. Now, this one I did for a challenge, and I can't remember what it was. Maybe it was the powerful blooms again. Maybe it was the flowers. So, yeah. Face and lots of stamps, stenciling. Oh look, it's another one of those face pages. So this is again what I would have been teaching. This I got from this colour combo. I think it was on one of our challenges ages ago, and I would never have put these colours kind of together, but I really like it. Now here's another collage. This is one about the current coronavirus and about the people staying home. It's a beautiful quote that I've used, and again, lots of little houses made. Oh, I think I just doodled those. I've made trees out of some Tracy Scott circle stamps. This is a Tracy stamp. Then I've got some All and Create. Yeah, so again, looking at things and how can I change it up. So love creating. Always seem to do two hills and a sunrise and some houses. I'm sensing a theme, but oh, now this is, I love this. This is Tracy, the second time she came, and this is the first class I reckon we did, and I just loved it. It was so fun, and as you can see, it's all circles. I got a little carried away with lots and lots of circles, but yeah, really like that one. And it's a bit lumpy and bumpy, which is cool. Now, I'm so sorry for all this is backwards. I don't know how to do that, flipping the mirror thing. But this is for the summer, colours of summer that we did. And that's really easy. That's just some stenciling and some changing your paint colour, and yeah. This one here is something I've been doing a little bit of and getting all my family to do in the while everyone's been staying at home. So it's roller Picasso, so that some of you have seen that before. You roll the dice and there's a little chart, and it you roll the dice and you say I'm going to draw the nose, and say you roll number 2, so you look at the chart and there's a set nose for number 2, so you draw that nose, and then you move on to the mouth, and then you move on to the eyes. and yeah, it's really fun, and you end up with these bright, bold pages, which I absolutely love, and they always end up different. So this one's a roller Picasso, and then this leads into the gorgeous Tracy page where we did the cutting out. I have to say, I didn't do my cutting out, did my head in. Vicky did the cutting out. So Vicky is a master at cutting. Some of you know she has done that. Is it called paper towel? And she's amazing at it. So I was getting really frustrated, so she did mine. And so Tracy, I was thrilled to see that you're bringing out some cut journal things that we can then even stick into our book. So I don't have to cut. I love the look, but I'm just not into the cutting. So yeah, this is my beautiful Tracy series. So there's like 4 pages in that one. Okay, and this is another willowing inspired one. She looks a bit ill, this girl, with her colours, but this is actually done with, because these are, I don't know if you can see how bright they are, but they're really bright. So instead of paint, I've used the Dylusions ink. So I think in my minis, when I did the mini live, I had showed you I just often open it and paint on with paint. That's what this is. Use it like paint, sorry, but it's ink, and it just gives a really vibrant look. Oh, now this one, this is our gorgeous Tanya. She released some products, a range, and I got to play with some of it. So this was so fun, and she's got beautiful butterflies and these gorgeous shapes and all the things I love. So yeah, that was a fun page to do. Quite quick, like quick ones. I like mixing it up with quick ones. Oh, that sounds terrible. I just realised what that sounded like. Okay, moving on. Where's the wine? So this was for maybe, did I do this for a paper artsy challenge? But this is also, I've done this while the stay-at-home stuff. So it's all about my thoughts about the changes in the world and how we need to be kind and we need to connect and we need to look after each other. And I just felt, I wrote all through her hair because she kind of came out a bit dark. She kind of came out like, yeah, so I just kind of went with it and did journaling to match. Oh, I love this page. So when I was lucky enough to do this gorgeous wallpaper page back here with Tracy, there was a little bit of leftover wallpaper and I had to play with it, and this is what happened, and I absolutely love it. Oh, I can see the purples and greens in there. Anyway, this is another willowing one, and again done with the Dylusions inks, and where you open it and paint them on. So you can just see that bit of difference, that it's not paint, it's not acrylic, it's that inkiness. So yeah, I've been really enjoying practicing trying faces and these flowers, and I'm really proud of this flower. Isn't it funny how you have one little thing that you really like? That one, I like that one. Okay. This is another bit of a play. These are from Vicky that I cut out. Some sheet, I can't remember what brand that is. Kind of inspired by Wilna Furstenberg, who's beautiful. I don't know if what happened, but my phone just rang, so I don't know if that stuffed anything up, but I'll keep going. So this is Lisa Oxley inspired, I would say. I can't seem to do them like she does, but I tried to sort of do that liney thing. So, bit of a fun half-hour play after work one night. This one I did as a, it's a free class. I can't remember her name. I think it's a Megan someone, but I can put that in the link. And I love the whimsiness of it. It is quite dark, this page. But yeah, love that one. So fun trying out new faces. Oh, I like this one too. So this one, I love this background. I love all these stenciling and stuff. So this again is a mermaid inspired. So Ariel, I made her like Ariel with her red hair. Oh, Tracy, thank you. Megan Suarez. Leonie's on it too. Megan Suarez. If you look in the comments, that's her name there. So if you look her up, I must go back. When I saw it, it reminded me I must go and have another look. But she had a free class, or like on YouTube or something, and I did it one Friday night. Okay, these are 2 more roller Picassos. Love them, love, love, love. So I did one, and then I made my family do one, and so I did it along with them. This was my live from the other day. I love seeing all those pages you all did. Love it. And this is another roller Picasso. So I did this with mother-in-law. So that was mine. And then the last page in my book is this one. So this one is actually a face that I cut out of a magazine. So I was going to use it for an image transfer, but it was kind of pale. Wasn't sure if it was going to work. It was actually just an ad for face cream. And I stuck it on, and then I painted over it. So I actually used it as a bit of a guide, and then I added her hair and stuff. So this is the last page. So I initially only did that. I put some painted stripes down the side and just had that. But then again, I had the cardboard at the back, and I wasn't happy with it. So I went back in, gessoed it, and moved the page across. So yeah. So that is it. So here I am saying, oh, I finished a journal, and ooh, I'm so excited. But look, all this, can't handle this. So why don't tomorrow I come back and do a cover? I never know what to do with covers, so I've got a couple of ideas brewing. So I think tomorrow, maybe, I don't know what time. I'll let you know a time. But let's come back and do the cover together. So if any of you have got a cover you need to do, you might want to play along. But yeah, I'll let you know a time. So thanks for popping in and watching and letting me share all my pages with you. And I'll just take you off. Oops, there we are. I've probably raved on too much, but I'm going to go and get a wine because it's that time. But thanks for joining me, and I love seeing all your work. Keep putting it up. Oh, roses for the cover. That's a good idea. But I've got some ideas, so I'm going to pop back in tomorrow. I will let you know a time, only because I'm thinking I should do it at 11 because the light's better, but it's not suiting my life at 11, so later in the day will actually suit me better. So it'll probably be around 4-ish, I would say. It's just the light's not going to be great in here, but that's the way it goes. So thanks for joining me, and I'll see you all soon. Bye. Oh, finish.